Guys, we need to talk about the chairs. Those damn chairs. And I'm not talking about the everyday chairs that I sit in, like this one, or even this chair. No, I'm talking about the Avengers Doomsday movie that did a massive chair reveal that seemed to take all freaking day. They went person by person by person, just showing you who's going to be in this movie. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was pretty original. I thought it was kind of a cool way to do this. They probably didn't need to wait like 20 minutes in between each individual chair reveal, but hey, it's not like people have lives or anything. First, I'm going to go ahead and make us a cocktail because I don't like to be dehydrated when I'm talking about things. And then let's talk about the reveal of each individual chair. I literally out loud gasped at a couple of them. I ended up having to change my pants like 3 or 4 times because, I get overexcited easily. So let's make our Dr. Doom's iced tea. Now, to me, this drink is going to be very suiting for what we're talking about today. We need to bring a band of misfit liquors together and create one just super powered drink to defend us against the universe of sober people. Now, we're calling this drink today the Dr. Doom's iced tea. Essentially, it's going to be a variation of the Long Island iced tea. And there's a guy out there, somewhere in the universe. I can see him already, and he probably dresses like shit. And he's going to tell me, Tyler, that's just a Tokyo iced tea. And to that guy, my only remark is this. Shut up. Now first, just like any good old-fashioned alcoholic iced tea, we got to start with our 5 spirits. We're going to go 1 ounce of vodka. This will be the 1 ounce of our gin. 1 ounce of the clearest of rums. Now here I could go Blanco tequila, but to be honest, I wanted to mix it up, and we're going to do some triple sec instead. So 1 ounce of that as well. Now, because this is Dr. Doom's iced tea, and he is known for his immaculate green cloak, we're going to have to green this up a little bit. So instead of doing, your traditional 5th clear spirit, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just do some green melon liqueur. And we're going to do 1 full ounce of that. That is all booze right there. That is just 5 pure ounces of straight alcohol. If you are a person who goes to a bar and orders these kinds of drinks, you are an asshole. I'll still love you, but you're an asshole. And just like any of the tea variations, we're going to do 1 ounce of lemon juice as well. Or sour mix. This might give me cancer. Oh, yeah. Now, traditionally with these teas, you got to top it with something, whether it be some sort of a cola to give it that kind of iced tea look, or in this case, I need to provide a little bit of electricity. So we're just going to go Mountain Dew because I'm a child. Heart pop. Yeah. Over the top. And here you have Dr. Doom's iced tea. Think maybe just like one of these and you'll be about as fuzzy as a kitten in a pair of slippers. So like I said earlier on in the video, the reveal to me was actually pretty creative. I liked how they did it. I just maybe didn't like the execution as much. Like, why are we taking so long to draw this out, especially for characters that are like, no shit, we know they're in the movie. Now, it definitely made the names that you didn't know were going to be in this movie pop a little more, but, maybe we could sped it up, like in a 1.5, speed time. Now, let's start the chair reveal off with Chris Hemsworth. That's a pretty much no-brainer. Good one to start with. Everyone's excited to always see him as Thor. He's done great. He's been a staple for the Avengers pretty much from the beginning. Now, your next name is Vanessa Kirby, which kind of shocked me a little bit because I know she's going to be Sue Storm in the next Fantastic Four movie. Very excited to see that. But I guess ultimately I was under the impression that that movie was going to be maybe in an earlier decade. And so these timelines crossing, like I'm like, how are we doing this? Like, is the TVA going to get involved? Is the multiverse still a thing? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? But I am very excited, and I don't think it was a huge shock. It was just more of like a, oh, moment. Now, Anthony Mackie being the 3rd chair, again, no surprise there that he's in it. I think he played Captain America pretty well in the Brave New World movie. I don't know that I think he's necessarily the next leader of the Avengers, but I think he plays the part very well, and I do like seeing him in these. See, now this is where we get interesting because Sebastian Stan is obviously Bucky Barnes. He is the Winter Soldier, and the Thunderbolts movie is coming out before this. And you're basically telling us that, like, Sebastian Stan makes it through the whole Thunderbolts movie. Not that I necessarily thought he was going to die in that movie, but you kind of take some of the piss out of it by knowing that, oh, yeah, he's for sure going to be in the Doomsday movie. I don't know. I was a little shocked they revealed this one, but at the same time, it was kind of almost like a sigh of relief, like, oh, okay, he's not going to die in the Thunderbolts movie. Now, Letitia Wright being in this movie, again, no-brainer there. I think it was obvious after she kind of took on the mantle of Black Panther. I'm not really sure what the future of that universe is after, obviously, the sad late passing of Chadwick Boseman. It's kind of uncertain where that storyline will go, but her being in this movie absolutely makes sense, and I think it's a must. Fucking love Paul Rudd. He could be in this movie for 10 minutes and have 30 seconds of dialogue, and honestly, I would be happy with that. He is just an unsung hero in the acting community. The guy's been 35 for the last 26 years. Like, at some point, he's got to start cracking or something. But until then, I just love seeing him as the Ant-Man. Wyatt Russell being in this, another like, whoa, you're just going to tell me right now that he survives the entire Thunderbolts movie? Now, Wyatt Russell's character, Agent Walker, has, in my opinion, been a little underutilized and a little undervalued in the whole MC universe. I just think they need to give him a little something more. Like, I really hope in the Thunderbolts he sticks out and he becomes a little more prevalent. Give him a little bit more of a comedic element. I don't know. I want to see more out of it. I love Wyatt Russell. I think it's cool that his dad is Kurt Russell. That's irrelevant, but whatever. My opinion. Tenoch Mejia is a mouthful to say. But this was definitely the first chair reveal that I think I was like, whoa, like, why is Namor going to be in this movie? Like, what is he going to be doing and what element is he going to be providing? Is he going to be a good guy, a bad guy, something in between? Like, that actually got me all jazzed up. I'm not going to lie. I thought he did great in the Wakanda Forever movie. He plays the character to a T, and he just brings that sort of desirable, troubled villain that we need. Now, I love what they did here because they saw Tenoch Mejia's name and they're like, oh, who's another mouthful of a name to put right after him? Iban Mas Bakrak. Like, yeah, let's just throw all the three names out there just all in one so people are losing their minds. For me, though, this one wasn't really a shock because obviously once you see Vanessa Kirby, you got to assume that all the Fantastic Four characters in there, including the Thing. So excited to see him in there. I'm honestly excited to see how they perform in the Fantastic Four movie first. Simu Liu, obviously Shang-Chi in the Ten Rings. I feel like he kind of disappeared right after that movie, so I'm curious to see what kind of element he brings, but obviously he's a kick-ass martial artist, so let's fuck some shit up. Florence Pugh as Yelena, love her. I think she's amazing as this character. I think she's amazing as an actress. She is one of the greater actresses of our times right now, and I will take that shit to the bank. But not a shock for me after I saw the first couple names from the Thunderbolts, so yeah, excited to see her in this. This was the first name that my brain stopped working. My brain literally went, wait, WTF, LOL, and your head goes through all these very nonsensical situations, but then it just keeps coming back to the one that repeats over and over and over again, and you just think, it's been 25 years. There's no way he's playing that character anymore. Flipped this whole reveal upside down for me. Like, Kelsey Grammer as Beast is something I thought we would never see ever again. I thought it was long gone, dead. I lost it because in my mind I thought if he's in this, not to say he wasn't an important character in the original X-Men series, but you got to be telling me that there are more bigger named X-Men that are going to be coming to this list. So this was when I kind of sat up in my seat and started foaming at the mouth. Lewis Pullman to me is another actor that I feel like has been coming on strong these last couple of years. So to see him in this, I'm very excited. Obviously, he's going to be playing Sentry in the Thunderbolts movie first. So that to me is going to be a bigger deal than him potentially being in this movie. Now, depending on how they use him, he could be a big hitter in this movie, like a fucking unstoppable force that they kind of have to unleash at the end as their final secret weapon. So I'm very curious to see just how strong they actually make him. Danny Ramirez being in this, obviously he's taken on the mantle of Falcon, so I wasn't shocked to see his name in this. I liked him in the Brave New World, so yeah, I'm excited to see him in this as well. Joseph Quinn, love this guy ever since I saw him in Stranger Things. I think he's another character that's been just killing it as of late, and he's I think going to play the Johnny Storm role very well, and I'm really excited to see him and you see how he kind of transforms the character from what it's been the last couple times. When I saw his name, my first reaction went to, God, I hope Chris Evans makes an appearance so they can have some sort of a weird dialogue about how they used to play the character. And I don't know, that was a fever dream. Spoiler alert, Chris Evans' name doesn't show up on here. David Harbour's name being on here wasn't surprised because all the other Thunderbolts have been on here so far, but always excited to see him on the screen. He's a big fun guy. Now, Winston Duke's name being on here was maybe a little bit of a shock to me only because I know he's been in the Black Panther movies and he's been in the last two Avengers movies. So it's not that he hasn't been in the movies, but he played such a small role in the Avengers movies that I thought maybe he'd make a small cameo or a quick appearance, but I'm wondering if maybe they expand his role now a little more. And that some of the other characters have kind of gone and left a role to fill. So I am curious how he is going to be utilized and if he's going to take on a bigger role. Anna John Kamen, honestly, she plays Ghost in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, and then she is going to be showing up in the Thunderbolts movie. Fine. I don't think I lost my marbles on that one. I think it was just more of like a, sure, like, glad to have you. Welcome. You are a welcome guest. This guy just can't fucking die. It is impossible to kill Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He just keeps coming back, banger after banger after banger. You can stab him, you can evaporate him, you can use your big purple hands and choke the living life out of him. Can't kill him. Just not possible. And now we get to see him again in another Avengers movie. I just don't know what his story is going to be. He sat on the throne as essentially the god of time in the Loki series. So I mean, what is he going to do? Is he going to get off the throne and time's going to crack? Are they going to go to him as some wise wizard-like creature and be like, hey, we need you to reset the clock on everything? This version of Loki is going to make shit weird. Guarantee it. This was the moment I knew a higher power existed. I truly thought we would never see Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier ever again. And the feeling your tummy and your heart gets when you see something so unexpected, it's like shooting cocaine into my left ear and feeling instant gratification. Like, I could not believe his name came across the chair. I had to read it 3 times to be like, that Patrick Stewart. Now, I say that because after the original X-Men, obviously his character was gone for quite some time, but it made a couple of reappearances in Logan and even in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie. Like, I thought that would be the last time, and I kept thinking, oh, this will be it. We'll never see it again. So it's cool that he keeps reprising this role for me, because to me, he is just a perfect person to play this role. And on fucking cue, there is Ian McKellen, who has got to be 100 years old by now, but coming back to clearly play Magneto. I threw up. I was so goddamn excited. I did not think there was a chance in hell that these fossils were coming back to reprise these roles after 25 fucking years. Or however long it's been. It's been like 17, I think, technically, but I don't even care about numbers at this point. I just care that I get to see these characters on the TV screen again. But this Magneto is going to be old. He's going to be so old, like basically bones. But whatever juice he's got left in the tank, I'm ready for it. If they would have put his name as the first X-Men that appeared on these chairs, I almost would have done the same thing I did with Kelsey Grammer. I would have frozen and been like, wait, who the hell is Alan Cumming going to play? In X2, the opening scene with Nightcrawler fucking up the White House is one of my favorite scenes in all of movie cinema. It was a perfect display of action and sci-fi and just all about fighting choreography. It was fucking perfect, and I loved every bit of it. It was terrifying too. He looked so goddamn scary. Seeing Patrick Stewart and seeing Ian McKellen, like, that was exciting, but seeing Alan Cumming's name for Nightcrawler just took it to a whole nother level. Like, it literally tore off the Band-Aid and let me know that we're gonna see a whole bunch of X-Men right now. So then we keep it going with another blue banger. Bring back Rebecca Roman as fucking Mystique. Are you kidding me? Let's go. I was definitely not expecting this Mystique, though. I don't know why, because I saw the other 3 names and I thought, oh, they're all doing it, so it makes sense for her. But in my mind, I was thinking Jennifer Lawrence maybe might reprise the role, but I'm happy to see it. It's a breath of fresh air to see her back. And then just complete my childhood fantasy with James Marsden. Like, why not? Why not just complete the whole perfect picture and just bring Cyclops back? Like, I don't know how they're going to do it, or even why they're going to do it, but I don't really care. You can do whatever at this point. Pull him out of a fucking magical hat for all I care and give me no background whatsoever. I don't need it. I just need to see him play this role once again. The only thing that would have made me happier is if Hugh Jackman was in this and they had a back and forth about who slept with Jean Grey more. Thank you. Thank you for this, Marvel, because I don't know that this was the most needed character or the most needed thing in the world, but it is very welcomed. Channing Tatum, that poor dude, has been trying to play Gambit for what seems like the last 14 years of his career, and it just keeps getting shelled and delayed and canceled, and he finally gets to play in the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and it was fun. He played the character well. The actual visual effects of his powers and the playing cards, it was cool. I thought he did a great job, and I thought that they did a great job with the actual character. So the accent's a little tough, I'm not gonna lie. He maybe needs to work on that just a little bit more for non-comedic purposes, but other than that, I fucking hope Gambit's all over this place. Under Pedro Pascal's name, I really wish they just would have put Daddy, because he is just absolute raw sex appeal. This guy as Reed Richards is the perfect choice. Like, you could have picked a better character to play Reed Richards, especially in this point of his career with what he's doing with every single thing he's doing on the screen right now, he can't miss. No offense against Miles Teller playing Reed Richards, but this is the Reed Richards that we need. And last but not least, we get to Robert Downey Jr. Now, he was a big reveal at Comic Con, when they did the whole Doctor Doom Handmaid's Tale style, like everyone was dressed the same, and then he ripped off the mask and people went wild. A lot of controversy, obviously, around whether he should have been the actor for the role because he played Iron Man for so long. And it's one of those just kind of, I think it's a bittersweet feel. Like, obviously, he's amazing. And obviously, he's been in Marvel so long. He knows how to kill these movies. But I don't know. I think maybe something different was wanted. I don't doubt he's going to be amazing though in this, and I think he's going to bring a spark and hopefully just a more terrifying and dominating Doctor Doom that we haven't quite seen yet. Less of a comic booky and more of like a true sinister villain. I don't doubt that this is going to be a great pick for this character. I hope you guys enjoyed the reveal as much as I did. Honestly, I thought it was a fun and unique way to show off some of these characters that are going to be in this movie. Let me know, though, in the comments here who you're shocked didn't make the list or who you're shocked made it over others, I guess. Either way, I don't care how you display it. Let's just have a conversation about this. I want to hear people's opinions on this because obviously I think everyone's kind of reeling and bearing and jabbering, and it's getting intense out there for this movie. And, like I said, we don't have much longer to wait. So I'm curious to see what everyone's opinion is. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the take. Until next time, see you later.